pulls the car over. The two end up here at this shopping center where the detective calls for backup. It's during this time, according to police, that the suspect gets out of his car and gets aggressive with the officer. Instead of following policy to try to get the man back into his vehicle, the detective says he hesitates. It's just enough time, police say, for 34-year-old Jannard Cunningham to sucker punch the officer, knocking him unconscious. He then allegedly grabs the police officer's gun and uses it to pistol whip him. Adding insult to injury, witnesses do nothing to help. Instead, some post images of the attack on social media, bragging about it. Quote, "Pistol whipped his ass to sleep," one user wrote, employing the hashtag #FThePolice. Another mockingly offered the officer milk and cookies for his nap time.
I believe in God, and I think that that is the reason why the detective is with us today.
Heath Boackle, the head of Birmingham's police union, says, fearing media scrutiny, more local police officers are second-guessing their actions.
We're walking on eggshells to make sure we do everything the way that it should be. Not that it should ever be in question, but we want to be treated with respect or kindness just as if anyone else would be.
It's a sentiment the injured detective knows all too well. He was unwilling to go on camera with CNN or be named for safety reasons, but in an interview with us, he said, "A lot of officers are being too cautious because of what's going on in the media. I hesitated because I didn't want to be in the media like I am right now. It's hard times right now for us."
Nick Valencia with me live to talk about it. It was hard to swallow something like that, that he felt like he couldn't do anything because of the criticism he would get. He gets beat unconscious with his own gun. How's he doing now?
He's scared. He thinks that he could be dead right now. He says he thanks God for being alive, that he's very lucky to be alive. He has a concussion, 15 staples in his head to close that gash that was caused when he was pistol whipped. No telling when he's going to come back to work yet, Poppy, but his chief saying the order that he has right now is just to rest and recover, spend time with his family.
What about the policy as a police officer, how he should have sort of by the book handled that situation, and are they changing any of the rules in the wake of this?
So according to the policy, he should have had that man get back into his car. If it took force to get that man back into his car, that's the policy that that local police department has in Birmingham. He chose not to do that. He chose for it to play out simply because he's a white detective and this was a black suspect. He didn't want the headlines. He didn't want the criticism. He says right now there's a lot of officers across the country that are just like him, that are walking on eggshells and second-guessing their actions because of the criticism that they're facing in the media. He says that he's not alone in this. He thinks that more officers could be hurt because of their actions right now.
15 staples in his head. I hope he's okay. Nick, thank you very much for the reporting. As always, ahead, he is the opposite, you could say, of the common man, a billionaire New York real estate developer, yet